I'm looking for a way inside your mind. It's a haze of mysteries. All I see is smoke and mirrors and the reflecting memories. I need to figure out how things are twined. The ropes are choking us. If only I could blow away the heavy clouds up in our sky. I see you. Can you see me too? Tell me how it feels to know that I cannot let you go. My veins, they are strained, 'cause my heart is blue.
What's up, guys? Vinyl Vixen and Slim Shetty
What's up?
here at Rap Sesh. This week we are doing a Ford Mustang. What kind of Mustang is it?
Is a 5.0.
It's a Coyote.
Yeah, it's a Coyote package. A little 5.0 Coyote. Pretty dope.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
So we actually we did a full color change in KPMF matte ice red titanium.
Wow, that's a mouthful.
There's a lot. Matte ice red titanium, I think, is what the color is called. Which is kind of a nice satin finish. We actually also did the door jams, not the door interior, but the door jam on the hip.
The actual jam.
So we'll actually give you guys a little peek in there so you can see a half done full jam.
Half done full
It's
jam?
a half done full jam.
Half jam, full jam. Do you still get the full jam with a half jam?
The half jam. We'll take a half jam.
I'll take half jam.
All right, so anyways, quick shout out to Mod Kids USA who provided our shirts for us. We've been filming TV
Mod
show
Kids.
thing with them for Mod Kids. Really cool Amazon TV series.
Those kids are awesome.
They are.
Out there ripping around in these little...
Yeah, it's for a bunch of kids that do off-road racing, which is super, super dope. Anyways, so with this car today, we're kind of gonna go over the hood, which normally we full pull the hoods in an entire piece.
Or corner pull if you're by yourself.
Or you corner pull, whatever. Depends on what you have. But today with this film, we're using KPMF, which is a very high-tack film. So when you're running over surface areas, it's really hard to work with because it wants to just touch down.
Gravity is not your friend.
Gravity is not your friend with this film.
Not with this
So
film.
you have to, it's definitely better with two people for a lot of the panels we've been pulling.
Yeah,
We've been using two people
it'd be
instead of
so
one.
hard to pull any of these panels with one person unless you're working it like you were doing a graphics wrap and, half pulling everything. But then again, you're gonna risk, getting lines and stuff like that.
So with this film, you're gonna see us installing the hood in a completely different method than we normally do. A lot of times we have to have tension on the film, or we have to apply heat and have kind of tack points. Another thing to keep in mind, the film is only 60 inches and this hood is over 60 inches both ways. So we actually have to stretch our corners as well just to make the film fit.
The reason why we stretch the corners and not the front is because there's less surface area at the tip of a corner to stretch rather than trying to stretch that
the entire front
end.
an inch.
Yeah.
We're just doing a little triangle section.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna be doing instead of an entire pull, we are gonna cut the backing paper into 3 pieces. So it's a really good method if you're working with a really high-tack film or you're trying to avoid speckling or adhesive lines or anything like that on your body lines. This is a really good method to do.
And it takes 2 people. For
Yes,
sure.
it does.
At least.
Yeah. We like 2 people for everything.
It does.
We're about teamwork.
Well, when you're doing stuff like this, it's always better to just have another person, at least just to pull the panel. You can work the panel by yourself once you actually get it down.
But just pulling it, it's like 10 times easier.
You should always have another
capabilities.
hand.
Just use
and
the
if you
extra set of
don't,
hands.
there are ways to install panels. Like I obviously, if I really needed to, we could do this with one person.
Oh, absolutely.
But you're taking that risk of making lines
Messing it
everywhere,
up.
working the material. So we're just taking that risk out of it, and we're using 2 people.
Working smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
So yeah, keep in mind this is not the only method to install. I don't know how KPMF wants you to install hood, but this is how we are gonna do it. So you can roll with it or you can swim on by. So basically what we're gonna do is mark where our body line is right in the center of this hood, and then we're gonna flip the material over and cut the backing paper right here on this body line and then on the adjacent body line. So we're gonna have basically 3 pieces of backing paper, but still 1 piece of material. Once we do that, we're going to pull the center backing paper and install that whole flat face. And then we're gonna do the sides separately, yeah?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what we're using for the back of our backing paper, instead of a Zippo?
Zippy? Yeah, Zippy. What's the other one? The
Matador.
Matador.
Okay,
Yeah.
anyways. So we're gonna be using this Yellow Tools Bodyguard knife, Pro Teflon. So basically what you can do is slide this little Teflon sleeve in between the backing paper and the material, and then you can cut the backing paper without cutting the film. So normally when you're trying to cut the film and the backing paper, you're using one of these little contraptions. This cuts through both, you can't separate. When you use this from Yellow Tools, the Bodyguard knife, Teflon, you can actually just slide this between the backing paper and the material. So you're only cutting the backing paper, not the film. So once again, we're gonna cut the backing paper into 3 pieces, and then the material will still be 1 piece. It also has the blade case in here as well on the back side.
Yeah.
So I got my extra blades in there. Super, super cool knife. And that is from Yellow Tools. Shall we begin?
We shall.
Okay. So now that we have the middle laid down, we're gonna pull this other side. You see there is a body line in here, a recess that we're gonna have to hit first.
So
And then we'll work the rest of it.
We're gonna get it right to that edge there, and we're actually gonna just bridge this over, maybe throw a little heat on here, and then we're gonna hit that recess.
Right. The nice thing about this KPMF film is that you don't get work lines so much. So if I was using another film, I don't know, like 3M, if I did this and flipped it over like that and left it sitting for a while, I might make adhesive lines. With this film, as long as you haven't laid the material down or really heated it down, you can pick it up and pop it up and you're not gonna get those work lines. So this method works really well with this type of film that's a higher tack. right, guys, so let's do a little recap on this hood. How did we go with everything? Pretty smooth?
It went really smooth.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, it worked really well pulling that centerpiece because you don't have all of the material tacking all at once, which is a huge headache. So you only had that center to tack. It was a lot more easier to control while placing. And then, I mean, once you got that down, you were able to flip it over, pull one side at a time, and that would, I mean,
Yeah.
without getting any lines
Pretty solid.
or anything. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no work lines
No
or
work
anything
lines.
like that. Went really well. And then we take everything around the edge to that first like inseam underneath the hood, make really nice clean cuts, and then usually we either pin it with the color film or we zip it. Yes. Or we'll pin it with a satin laminate strip, which is a nice like 1/4 inch or a 1/2 inch lamb strip tape.
So like on these corners though, I actually, since the corners actually dip underneath when you open the hood, so you can't really get back there to tuck around. So what I do initially is I cut probably a good 3 or 4 inches down off the fender side, and then I tuck that down just a hair, and then I actually pull the corner and I stretch the corner around, heat it back up, and I slice that tip off. So it just literally hugs the corner without that tip, and then you just put a little piece of lamb strip on those and it holds the corner perfect. So that's one way to do this corner before you even open the hood to tuck everything else, and then it's pretty much like right there. So
make sure you do a solid post heat on this. I recommend using a heat gun, go around all your edges, all that kind of stuff, and then we'll probably throw the steamer. We've been post heating this whole car with steam. So you can use the steamer.
gets all the little surface scratches out.
Yeah, you can use the steamer for matte, satin, gloss. It doesn't matter what it is. It won't affect the finish. It won't hurt it. So we've been using that, the pressure on demand steamer for everything. Yeah?
Ow.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Cut me.
So anyways, thank you guys for watching this week. Shout out to Drew, who came all the way from Utah.
I think it was Utah.
Yeah, he came all the way from Utah to come and have us wrap his car.
Yeah.
I hope you love it, Drew.
I love it.
Yeah, it's pretty rad.
I like it.
It's pretty nice. I really like the KPMF colors lately. They're really fire, and they have a really nice metallic finish that's not like sparkles so much. It's like
an
metallic
anodized
flake. Yeah.
satin.
Well, and the color we were actually going for was a satin red chrome, was what he wanted, but obviously not the price tag of chrome. Yeah, so this is kind of a close alternative.
I just like how it goes with all the plastics and all the wheels. It's all like one sheen. Is nice.
It's very nice. And we're actually gonna do a ceramic coating on it as well. So we need to get this car back together. So quick reminder, February 1st and 2nd is the Phoenix MBM show, which I don't think they've had one down here for a while.
No, I don't think so.
It's a sign and graphic convention. So if you guys remember the summertime, we usually go to RapsCon. Those are the same people that put on this MBM show in Phoenix. So we're actually gonna be bouncing around.
Yeah, we'll be between two booths.
Yeah,
Muto
we're gonna
and
be two of our sponsors, so we're gonna be doing live demos both days in both booths.
Yeah.
Boofins. Boofins.
Two booths.
Two. I can't say it. So we're gonna be in the Muto America booth doing live demos, and then we'll be hopping over to the We Print Wraps booth. And we'll also be working in collaboration with Christina from Curvaceous Wraps in Portland, Oregon, which I'm super excited. She's one of my besties in the wrap industry.
Oh yeah?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Besides you.
Oh.
Sometimes. So once again, that is February 1st and 2nd. You guys should sign up. It's free to sign up online and come and see us and support the Rap Sesh vibe.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna tell you what we're rapping because it's super cool. Really cool theme.
It's top
Don't say it!
Okay.
Don't even think it.
I was gonna say top secret.
Don't think.
It's top secret.
Don't say it. All right, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you dig the Rap Sesh vibe. You can follow our daily fun on Facebook and Instagram, Vina Vixen Raps and Rap Sesh AZ. And we'll see you next week, yeah?
See ya.